It's something that's really needed.
Smooth.
Smooth and nice and quiet.
It was lovely. It was nice and quiet and smooth, much better than some of the ones in New York City.
Smooth is fantastic. Really, it's nice.
Yeah, I really like it.
Well, I can't drive my car for 3 more months, so maybe I'll just ride this thing.
I think it's wonderful.
We've been looking forward to this a long time.
July 14th, 1990. Some 100,000 people ride the Los Angeles to Long Beach Metro Blue Line during its inaugural weekend, marking the beginning of a new era of rail transit in Southern California. Ever since the red cars stopped running in 1961, talk persisted about reviving them, but years passed without action. Finally, in 1980, the Los Angeles County Transportation Commission put a proposition on the ballot. The voters approved a half-cent sales tax that would fund the return of 150 miles of rail transit. Opening day of the Metro Blue Line was the delivery of a promise that over the next 2 decades, rail lines would emerge to link communities and bring a new form of mobility to the county. Rail fans, serious commuters, history buffs, and the curious turned out to ride their mass transit investment. It was hot and it was crowded, but no one seemed to care. The train was coming. 5 years before, on another hot day, citizens witnessed groundbreaking for the project. The LACTC had assembled the staff, design, and construction teams that would take the elected officials' vision and create the largest New Start transit project seen in the United States in the last 50 years. Construction bore witness that the promise was underway. Not only were the communities along the line to be the first to receive rail transit, they were also slated for other benefits. Because the mandate of the Commission is to improve overall transportation, the LACTC made sure that traffic control systems, street lighting, and landscaping were addressed along with the rail construction. Careful attention was paid to integrating the rail line with street systems so traffic would flow smoothly. During the 4 years of construction, special efforts were made by the LACTC and its contractors to minimize the public's inconvenience. For example, in downtown LA, the digging of the Blue Line Tunnel, which connects with the Red Line subway station, was done under planks, allowing traffic to flow above. The Commission's community relations staff were aware of the needs of residents and business owners. They found ways, by working with contractors and people in the community, to minimize construction impacts. To educate our future generations of rail transit commuters, the Commission staff made presentations to over 400 schools along the line. With tips from the project's safety mascot, Travis the Owl, children learned how to avoid construction hazards and become rail-wise about riding the Blue Line. Over 250 high school students from the corridor participated in the Commission's Transportation Occupations Program, learning skills, earning money, and finding new education and career goals. Meanwhile, rising along the former Pacific Electric right-of-way were bridges, flyovers, power substations, and the maintenance yards and shops. The LACTC chose to use continuously welded steel rail to eliminate all joints and create a smooth and quiet ride for years to come. The central control building, which houses the electronic brains of the system, was fitted out with its safety surveillance and tracking systems. From ticket machines to train speeds to railroad crossing gates, personnel will always know the status of each and be able to respond quickly. The Los Angeles County Sheriffs created a new division of specially trained Blue Line officers to provide a security net. Their responsibilities include not only passenger safety, but also security for all rail-related properties. As the first of many rail lines to come, the Metro Blue Line presented the LACTC with challenges. Schedules were mapped out, budget calculated, and engineering plans refined. But it was the teamwork of staff, consultants, and contractors that delivered the project to the people on time, says Ed McSpedden, President and CEO of the Rail Construction Corporation.
Probably the incident that most stands out in my mind as both the darkest day and also the brightest moment for our team occurred in March of '89, where one morning I was sitting in a meeting at City Hall and the beeper started to go off and the phone began to ring. And more frequently over the next half hour, and I finally realized we had a serious event that had occurred. We had a partial construction collapse of a bridge we were building out over Firestone Boulevard. A major impact to our construction program, and we had to make some quick decisions. Well, we worked all night, and by 5:30 in the morning, when I finally got home and reached my house, I put on the radio and heard that the morning news bulletins were a miracle has occurred. The street is back open to traffic. And we were back on the road to recovery. I think it's at moments like that that you really find out what your folks are made of. When times are going well and easy, it's easy to sit back and say, gee, we're good. But it's when times are hard that you really find out where the metal is. And that was the day that I came back and said, we've got a hell of an organization here, and there's just no stopping us. This project's going to be completed on time. Nothing can get in our way.
Growing support from people along the corridor who came out to celebrate project milestones fueled the staff's commitment. The first car, manufactured in Japan, was unveiled amid high praise.
It's exciting.
I tell you, I've been waiting so long to see it, and what I see is beautiful.
I love it, and it should be everywhere.
In 1915, over 1,000 trains a day left from Los Angeles stations.
4,000 school children and old-timers who remembered the red car were some of the first to take a short test ride on the Blue Line.
We're on today had high frequency, high-speed service, and the best equipment.
I started with Pacific Electric February the 14th, 1945. That's Valentine's Day, 1945.
Well, my last ride on the red car was on an evening in 1961.
Jazz musician Buddy Collette recalled how he and his friend Charlie Mingus would practice their instruments on the red car, entertaining lucky passengers with their impromptu concerts.
And then the car had a sway to it, you see, so that's the beat we'd find. You can imagine the local, they called it the local, had this beat. It was a little wider than this, but anyway, we would go with that beat. The new trains have a different beat because they're a little faster and they're smoother. But you just have to play a little different beat.
Blue Line fever started to build when mayors from throughout the county christened the 54 light rail vehicles in honor of their respective cities. A plaque inside each car commemorates the city's residents for supporting the rail project.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the city of Linwood.
LACTC Executive Director Neil Peterson put the rail system in perspective that day.
As important as the completion of the first rail link in Los Angeles in 25 years is, it's also important to note that it's just one piece of an overall puzzle that we're trying to solve. And that puzzle we're trying to solve is congestion and improving mobility in Los Angeles County. We're also working to dramatically upgrade the quality and the amount of bus service that can interface with that rail system, to increase the ride-sharing, carpooling, van-pooling opportunities, to improve the way our highway and freeway and city street systems work, how efficient they are in moving the kind of travel and traffic that's demanded here in Los Angeles County. This many-pronged approach is all part of an effort to aggressively deal with the problem of congestion. So as important as today is, it's one step toward that overall goal of leading the way to greater mobility in Los Angeles County.
22 miles of track uniting 9 cities from downtown Long Beach to downtown Los Angeles is just the beginning of a swift and sure system which will one day stretch over 150 miles. How can the planning, design, and construction of a multi-million-dollar project be summarized? Not every person involved can be thanked, not every person involved can be properly credited, and not every person can be listed. But the combined efforts of these thousands of people stand as testimony to their
Metro
contributions.
Control, this is Pico Station, requesting the status of the Metro Blue Line. Pico Station, this is Metro Control. The Blue Line system is fully operational. All systems are go for the inaugural ride of America's newest rail transit line.
Opening day. A formal dedication at the Pico and Flower Street station in downtown Los Angeles and ceremonies at 4 other stations contributed to the already festive mood. Free rides for 2 weeks gave everyone a chance to be a part of the inauguration, to be a part of the historic beginning. The decades-old battle to rebuild a rail transit system in Los Angeles is over. The Metro Blue Line proves we can do it. Our citizens have shown they support a comprehensive rail system by approving additional funding sources. For everyone in the Los Angeles basin, the train adds another spoke to the mobility wheel. The LACTC's Rail Construction Corporation is currently building the Red Line and the Green Line. Rail transit is the coming of a new age for Los Angeles County. Praise for delivering the Blue Line promise is shared by the individuals in the communities, at the construction sites, at RTD offices, at the Commission, and at the controls of every Metro Blue Line train.